You clean your house seriously. You organize carefully, so why does that "I failed again" feeling come back so fast? This weekend, you spend a big chunk of time resetting one familiar spot, the kitchen counter, your closet, or the bathroom shelf. It looks a little better. And then a few days later, everything spills back out. You're tired, you're irritated, and you start blaming yourself. Maybe I'm just lazy, or maybe I'm not the kind of person who can keep a home organized. But a lot of the time, it's not that you lack discipline. You're stuck in the organizing trap, staying busy, rearranging things without actually feeling any lighter. In this video, you'll see why organizing can keep you stuck, and I'll share 7 steps to help you let go in the right places so your home feels calmer and your mind feels lighter. If you're in that reset, then it's messy again loop comment stuck. So I know you're here. The first tip is a quick reality check. Needing more bins usually means you're trying to store more than the space can comfortably hold. Bins don't create space. They just hide the problem better. A prettier box can make a cluttered area look under control, but it rarely makes your home feel lighter. And that's why organizing shopping is such a trap. It gives you relief fast, even if nothing actually changes. There's a simple brain reason for that. Buying organizers can give you a small dopamine hit, the feeling of, "I'm fixing this." You picture the after photo, you feel calmer for a minute, and your brain loves that. Letting go, on the other hand, can bring up the uncomfortable stuff, guilt, because you paid for it, guilt, because it was a gift, and that scarcity voice that says, "What if I need it later?" So your brain nudges you toward the safer option. Rearrange, contain, hide. The cost of that safer option shows up later. Your space stays full, so the stress stays. Overloaded surfaces quietly tell your brain there's unfinished business. Even if you're not thinking about it, you feel it like you can't fully exhale at home. So here's the move that breaks the cycle. The 24-hour plus 10 things rule. Before you buy any organizing item, go to the exact area you want to fix: the pantry shelf, the bathroom cabinet, the closet section, and remove 10 things from that same area. Trash, donate, recycle, or relocate properly. Then wait 24 hours. After a full day, check in again. If you still want the bin, you can buy it, but only the smallest, simplest option that fits what you've already reduced. This flips the order in a way your life can actually sustain you. Create space first, then you contain what truly belongs. And here's what surprises people: the problem usually isn't that you organize badly, it's that you're trying to organize too much. And if you want a simple real-life reset, you can do in one short session. The next video walks through an easy declutter with me style tidy that helps you clear a space fast and keep it from bouncing back. Next up, I want you to hear this clearly because it changes how you stop blaming yourself. Clutter isn't the problem. It's the symptom. If clutter were just about mess, a good weekend reset would solve it. But most clutter isn't random, it's emotional. It's the physical shape of something you're carrying around inside. Sometimes it's attachment, sometimes it's guilt, sometimes it's fear. Attachment looks like the item you can't replace emotionally. It's not just a mug, it's the season of life, the person, the version of you that mattered. Guilt sounds like, "I spent good money on this," or "she gave this to me," so the object starts to feel like an obligation. And fear of scarcity shows up as, "What if I need it later?" which is rarely about the object and usually about safety. If you've lived through tight money, unstable seasons, or anything that made you feel unprepared, your nervous system can learn that keeping extras equals security. That's why some people experience what therapists sometimes call trauma clutter, holding on to things as a way to soothe anxiety and feel ready for the worst. Here's the part that matters: when you ignore the emotion underneath, you can organize forever and still feel heavy. Your house might look neater, but your mind stays tense because the real weight isn't the stuff, it's the story attached to it. So instead of fighting your clutter, try this: label the emotion in one word. Pick one item you keep moving around because you can't decide. Hold it for a second and ask, "Am I keeping this because of fear, guilt, sentiment, security, identity, or proof. Choose one word and say it out loud. Your brain calms down when the feeling is named. And once you can name it, you stop treating it like a housekeeping problem and you start treating it like a human one. That's where real relief begins. Now, understanding the emotion helps. But you also need a fast decision tool so you don't get stuck in your head. This tip highlights how a simple physical limit can do the decision-making for you. The container is the boundary, not a place to cram everything. Most of us declutter like it's a storage puzzle. How do I fit all of this into this space? But the calmer question is, what fits comfortably here? And what doesn't belong? Because overflow is what creates the daily mess. Overflow becomes piles. Piles become visual noise. Visual noise becomes stress. Your brain keeps scanning in the background. And here's the truth about real life. If a system takes 6 steps, it won't happen on a Tuesday night. A good home system has to work when you're tired, busy, and not in the mood. So use the container concept as a shortcut. Choose one container, one snack drawer, one spice shelf, one section of your closet rod, and decide this is the limit. Pull everything out. Put back only what fits with breathing room. Anything that doesn't fit becomes an automatic choice. The container decides for you. When you do it this way, you don't have to debate forever. You're not trying to be strong. You're honoring the physical boundary of the space. And once the volume matches, the container organizing becomes easy because you're no longer managing overflow. Try it with something that annoys you daily. The drawer that won't close the shelf, where spices avalanche the closet section packed so tight you avoid it. You'll feel the difference immediately, not because it's prettier, but because the space finally has room to function. And if you still find yourself shuffling things from spot to spot after that, it's a sign you're about to fall into the organizing trap, which brings us to the next tip. Now for a warning sign that saves you from hours of fake progress. The organizing trap starts the moment you begin shuffling items instead of choosing what leaves. Rearranging feels productive, and it's emotionally safer than deciding. Your brain gets to stay busy without touching guilt, scarcity, fear, or the discomfort of letting go. But here's the catch. The space stays full, and a full space quietly stresses you out. Even if it looks neater, the overload is still there, and your brain still reads it as unfinished. So here's the move. The 3-second prompt. The moment you catch yourself starting to move things around, pause and ask, am I moving things? Or am I reducing things? Say it out loud. It breaks autopilot. If the honest answer is, I'm just moving things, stop and remove 3 items immediately from that same area. Not 3 bags, not a whole afternoon. 3 items. A duplicate utensil, a half-used product you don't even like, a shirt you never reach for, anything that lowers the volume. And pay attention to what happens in your body. Even removing 3 things can make the space breathe. Your shoulders drop. That feeling relief is what you've been trying to get from organizing. Here's the cliffhanger. Most people don't stay stuck because they can't declutter. They stay stuck because deciding feels draining. So let's make the deciding part easier. Next up, let's make decluttering decisions fast enough to survive real life. Because the biggest reason people quit isn't laziness, it's decision fatigue. Decision-making is expensive. Your brain can only make so many keep or go calls before it taps out, especially if you're already making 1,000 micro decisions a day. Add emotion, attachment, guilt, scarcity, fear, and it gets even heavier. So you delay. You create a maybe pile. You put it back and tell yourself you'll come back later. And later becomes months. You don't need a perfect method. You need a quick filter. Pick 1 or 2 of these questions and run with them. The cleanest one is, if I didn't have this today, would I buy it again? That cuts through guilt because it focuses on present value, not past cost. If that feels too blunt, use this. Is this for the life I'm living now? Or the life I'm imagining? This is for aspirational clutter. The hobbies you don't do the clothes for a version of you that never shows up. The supplies for a project that lives only in your head. Then use the practical stopper. Does this have a clear home? If it doesn't, it becomes a roaming object. Roaming objects are what end up on counters, chairs, and floors, creating that constant low-grade stress. Pick one item, ask one question, decide, move on. No spiraling, no perfect certainty. You're building momentum, not writing a legal document. And here's what's sneaky, even with great questions. A lot of people still wait because they think they need the right setup first. That's exactly what the next tip fixes. This tip highlights a truth most people don't want to hear. Planning and shopping can feel like progress, but nothing changes until something leaves. This is for the part of you that genuinely wants change, but keeps delaying because you don't have the perfect containers, labels, or system. That's perfectionism in a helpful outfit. It says, let's do this properly. But what it often means is, let's not feel uncomfortable yet. And yes, shopping can feel like relief. It gives you that quick, I'm fixing it feeling. But your home doesn't get lighter until items actually leave. So for the next 14 days, you're doing a no-buy organizing challenge. No bins, baskets, or drawer dividers, nothing new. You can only use what you already have. Shoe boxes, old trays, rubber bands, a spare tote, even a cardboard box in the garage. At first, it might feel annoying. Good, because the moment you run out of space, your old habit will whisper, just buy something. Instead, treat it like the signal. This area doesn't need a prettier container. It needs fewer things. By day 14, you'll have proof you can make progress without perfect conditions. And that matters, because your home doesn't fall apart on your best day. It falls apart on a normal one. Now let's seal your progress with one tiny habit that keeps the mess from rebuilding. And finally, here's the tiny habit that keeps all your progress from disappearing. A 2-minute reset that stops the mess from reforming overnight. A lighter home isn't built by big cleanouts. It's built by tiny resets that prevent pile-ups. Because life keeps happening. Mail lands on the counter, a jacket drops on the chair, a half-used bottle sits on the bathroom shelf. And you're tired, so you tell yourself, I'll do it later. Later becomes a week, and suddenly you're back in that I failed again feeling. So choose one surface that stresses you out the most. Not the whole house. One surface. The kitchen counter, the dining table, or that chair that quietly became a storage unit. Every night set a 2-minute timer. 2 minutes is the point, so you actually do it. In those 2 minutes, put items back where they belong, toss obvious trash, and gather anything homeless into one small basket or bag your deal with it tomorrow bin. That last part matters. You're not forcing yourself to finish everything at night. You're stopping the spread and giving tomorrow a clean starting line. And the emotional benefit is huge. You wake up and the house isn't yelling at you. You make coffee without clearing a pile first. You start the day feeling capable, not behind. This is how you rebuild trust with yourself, small actions that actually stick. And from here, your home can finally start feeling lighter for real. You don't have to throw everything out, you just have to be willing to choose again. Choose what actually supports the life you're living today. And let the rest stop taking up space in your home and in your head. The relief isn't from a perfect house. It comes from seeing less, avoiding less, and blaming yourself less. Start small. Choose one item you keep moving around and ask, if I didn't have this today, would I buy it again? If the answer is no, skip the debate, donate it, toss it, or put it in a leaving in 24 hours bag. One clear decision can make the whole space feel lighter. And if you want to understand the psychology of clutter more deeply, why you hold on, why you get stuck, and how to make letting go feel gentler, stay with this series. I'll walk with you one small step at a time until your home feels lighter, and you do too.